Hello guys! Thank you for joining me. It's so good to be back. It's just so good to be out on the bike again. So what am I going to talk about today? Is my YSS Shock with a long-term review. And why I've got your attention, well, I hope I've got your attention now. Please look at the end screen, because I'm going to promote a channel, and it's a cracker of a channel. So please, take the time, go to the end screen, and have a look to see who I'm promoting. It could be you. But back to the YSS Shock absorber. After 2 years, what do I think? Well, all I can say is I love it. It really, really is amazing. And I didn't get the top end one, I got the base model of the YSS Shock, which is quite a step up from the stock shock on this bike. The stock shock's okay, but it was a bit too harsh for me and I couldn't really get the comfort that I was after. This shock absorber, after a bit of work testing it, going over the same road over and over again, adjusting the settings, I have found finally the sweet spot. And I tell you, it's fabulous, because the roads in the Adelaide Hills, although fun, aren't the best. And you can feel, and there's lots of potholes, there's lots of bumps, there's lots of tree roots, and if you haven't got reasonable suspension, it really does make the ride almost unbearable, particularly on a sport orientated machine where the suspension is usually a bit set up a bit harsh. The YSS Shock, as with most aftermarket shocks, was sent to me matching my weight, so they set it up for you. However, it's still, oh, there's a huge bump there, and I did jump up on the bike a bit, but the suspension handles it beautifully. It eats it up. But as I was saying, the suspension that they had set, the settings they had set for me were okay. However, they were still a bit harsh. So I've played with it quite a bit, and I've finally got the setting that is the sweet spot where I love it. It did take a little bit of time to get the perfect setting, but now that I have, oh, I almost go for the bumps, because the handling of this now, set up correctly, is just, it's fantastic, and I love it. It's never going to be an adventure bike. I presume that you hardly feel anything. But I love the sport orientated feel of the bike, and the way this is set up is probably the best that I can get and afford. The only thing I might have done differently is gone for the one up where you can adjust it remotely. Because if you want to adjust this, you need the bar and you need an Allen key. It's not bad, but it would be nice just to be able to turn a knob. The only other thing that could have been better with this shock is the collar, where you adjust the preload. It's a bit soft, so if you don't get the bar that you adjust it with right into the hole, the metal can burr or bruise or bend. I'm not sure what the right word is, so I think they could have improved that a touch. But overall, love it. What would I rate it out of 10? Probably 8.5, which is pretty good. So if you're considering an aftermarket shock, really consider the YSS, because it's it is very, very well priced and very good quality. So if you've been hesitant, consider this one. The other ones, the more expensive ones, I'm sure are a big step up from this. But for me, from the stock one, it's a big step up, and I'm very happy. So YSS suspension, don't write them off. Have a look if you're thinking of that aftermarket suspension, because I do. I love it. It's really transformed this bike. The handling, the comfort on these dreadful roads is just brilliant. And stay well, stay safe. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.